Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do the obligatory Agatha All Along video, except it's not really about Agatha All Along. It's
Yes
about
and no.
Roku.
And Disney's Plus.
And Disney Plus.
And how to manipulate, subscribers and numbers.
Yeah, so we're getting close to the end of the fiscal year for Disney, and this is the year that Disney Plus was supposed to be profitable, and it does feel like there's something going on, some hocus pocus going on here to try to make sure that they look profitable for shareholders, their numbers are on track and all of that. And this is after they had a massive drop off at the beginning of the year, right?
Right. Now, the last time they had a meeting, for their quarter, which I think would have been the second quarter, they maybe even the third, they were like, oh, we're profitable now. We're profitable for our streaming services, plural. Like not Disney Plus in particular.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of weirdness all of a sudden going on, and now it's involving Roku as well. So before we get into it any further.
Yeah, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
So you're going to have to walk me through this. I know some people were talking about it, but they're actually promoting Agatha All Along on Roku.
Yeah. Okay. So Roku has this Agatha All Along experience, free fan experience on their Roku, like on their main page. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to watch the show. They even give the first episode for free. It's out there trying to get the numbers up for this show is what this is about.
Yeah.
And then you could learn about characters, and it's exclusive to Roku. They also have a deal on Roku to get Disney Plus for 3 months at 75% off, which is probably about the $2 a month that you can get with Disney Plus. So if you go through Roku and have it on streaming through them, you can get it 75% off for new subscribers till September 27th, which is the same day as the $1.99 deal ends. And that would give it enough time to cycle through for the end of the quarter to show up on the reports.
Yeah, so the reason, I mean, this is just me like looking at this objectively, and I'm like, if it were just a run-of-the-mill promotion, right? If Disney's like, okay, well, let's promote whatever new show we have on Disney Plus with Roku and do a thing, and get kind of like they used to do the Disney Channel back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. But they're waiting until like the very end of the fiscal year, and they had many other shows that were a lot more popular that they could have done this promotion with. They waited until the very last Disney Plus exclusive.
They were waiting to see how the subscriber counts were.
Yes.
No, I think, and I mentioned in this article, there's 3 reasons that they're doing this. It could be one or any combination. One, the end of the fiscal year is coming and they're trying to get their numbers up, because if they subscribe now, even if they would cancel next month, it's going to count for Q1 of 2025. So they get both to count the end of the year and the beginning of the year. Because even if you cancel, they're going to count the highest number for that quarter, and they'll get a win either way. 2, I think they're doing this thing with Roku because they're trying to push Agatha All Along someplace else, because they don't expect the viewership to be that high for the show. And they're trying to end up boosting it so they don't end up with another Acolyte situation. Even though I did get an ad on Facebook for Disney Plus and their deal, so you can go watch The Acolyte. I sent it to you a picture of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's weird because I think they know these shows aren't going to be popular with everyone. Now, that being said, and I want to be clear because we did a video about this before, and I know that Agatha All Along has become the new thing that everybody's talking about, but objectively, look, it's a chick show, but I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
No, I saw the first 2 episodes and I thought it was fine. Now, again, we've only seen 2 episodes. They have lots of time to completely mess it up, but the first 2 episodes weren't terrible. I mean, I don't understand why. I guess it was Catherine Hahn's decision to run around naked. I still don't understand what the point of that was.
I need to show off my middle-aged ass.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it isn't terrible. And then the third reason I think they're trying to do this is because they want to get the subscribers up, besides the end of the quarter and the beginning of the fiscal year, is the fact that they have the advertising season coming up. And the fall advertising season is really lucrative. So they want to make sure they have all those numbers locked in. If they have them locked in by the end of the fiscal year, they can take that number and go to the advertisers and say, we have this many subscribers, so you can give us better, rates to cover across this amount of people. Because it's all the ad-supported tier with the deals. It's all the ad-supported ones.
Yeah, because it's a double whammy this year, because we have an election and we have the holiday season, right? Usually with advertising, with video advertising anyway, with a lot of these platforms, they make like half of their ad revenue in the last 3 months of the year. So they're getting that on top of the election spend. So yeah, I mean, they want to get as many people in the door as possible and get as much ad revenue as they can.
The last quarter, the numbers to show the advertisers, which would show them a deal. All these deals end on September 27th. Probably because it takes, if they go up to September 27th, you need a couple days for us to process to be on the books. So it could be those two reasons individually or combined. I think it's probably likely a combination. But they are definitely trying to push Agatha All Along. Like I said, even giving the first episode for free on Roku. Because a lot of people went to Roku because they don't want to pay for Disney Plus and stuff. A lot of people are using Roku because it's free.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing with Roku now, I've noticed, is I guess they've been doing this before, but it seems like a lot more noticeable now than it was before. But they're letting you subscribe to these different services directly through your television or through your Roku box.
That's what this is.
Kind of like Amazon did. Like we had that with, I know they have the Toku channel and stuff like that we were subscribed. The only thing that kind of sucks about that is if you're not using that device, if you're on any other TV or whatever, like you don't get you have to use the Amazon app or whatever to get to your subscription. And it's kind of the same with Roku. Like if you subscribe to whatever on your Roku TVs, and then you go to another TV that doesn't have Roku, it has something else, and you don't get to watch it.
But you can't. I thought you had to use a code. It's kind of
it's pain in the butt.
But this is subscribing to the Roku through the Roku to watch Disney Plus. And it's smart, and it's a good deal for anybody who wanted to get to watch these shows or whatever. It's a good deal for you, I guess. The $1.99 deal is for 3 months, is open to anyone, new and returning subscribers. The Roku deal is only open to new subscribers. But if you want to watch the first episode of Agatha All Along, everybody can watch it for free on Roku, apparently, as part of this Agatha experience. At least that's what the website said.
You can experience her ass. Everybody can experience her ass. No, I think this gives a really good indication of where Disney Plus is, and I think they're all freaking out. Like we've been covering this, and all of the streamers, not just Disney. It's not just a Disney thing. They are all taking a massive hit this year because the economy is not good. People do not have the money to subscribe to 50 different streaming services at $15
well, that's why everybody's going to Roku and Tubi because it's free. And
just buy the TV. That's all you got to do, and you plug it in, and
or the stick. And then they're like, well, it's a free preview of the first episode, so they're just giving it away so they can count those numbers. Like, oh, we have all these extra numbers because we gave it away for free. Doesn't mean it's something people want to pay for.
Right.
Again, I'm not going to sit there and tell you the show sucks because, like you said, it's definitely has a certain demographic. But I watched it and I thought it was fine. I don't know. I mean, again, I have to watch the whole show to tell you if it gets. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Let's put it that way. With all these Disney shows, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. But I didn't find. I thought it was okay. I don't see. I don't understand why everybody's so upset about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean, I can definitely see the complaints with the Acolyte because the Acolyte was not good. From what I saw of it, was not good. The only bright spot I thought was the guy that played Soul. Like I would watch a show of just him being a Jedi. That would be pretty kind of like The Mandalorian, just the Jedi with that guy being a Jedi. I'd watch that. But everything else was just like, yeah, this is dumb. Well, it's a dumb show.
If you don't like WandaVision, you're not going to like this show. It
actually like WandaVision.
Yeah, it basically feels like more WandaVision. And then by the scenes we're seeing ahead, it looks like they're going to go with different decades again, kind of like we did with WandaVision. So the Witch's Robe might be back through the ages kind of thing. So I don't know. If you don't like WandaVision, you're not going to like this. If you liked WandaVision, you'll probably like this one. But I just think it's funny because Disney is so desperate that I saw two things. One, Roku giving away the first episode of the show as a preview so they can count. And even if it's not the whole thing, we're going to count that you watch it. You watch the preview. So that's free. And then I saw the advertising they were giving with a $1.99 deal, and they were pushing the heck out of the Acolyte, even though they're not renewing it, to try to get the viewership up on it to get their money back.
Well, I can see what they're going to do too. They're going to start bragging. Oh my God, guys, record views on Agatha All Along because we gave it away for free.
They're not going to say they gave it away for free. They're going to say there's such demand. They're not going to mention that they gave one of the episodes away for free. And they're counting, if you watch it for like a couple of minutes on Roku, if it auto plays or whatever, I don't know if it does. I didn't check. But if it would, they'll be like, oh, there's a view. You know what I mean? Even though that wasn't your intention, you were on the home screen. Yeah, well, it's like Amazon's Lord of the Rings. Like literally, other than YouTubers, nobody is talking about Amazon's Lord of the Rings anymore. They're not. And they're like, oh, there's always people watching. I'm like, yeah, because if you fire up your Fire TV stick or whatever, it probably auto plays the first episode. I've noticed that too with Disney Plus. Like you'll be watching one show, and then whatever they're trying to promote that week, that just automatically plays when you're done. And then they count it as a view.
Yeah.
You know, they're not saying like, you know, they're saying watch time. Well, you could have a bunch of people watch like 10 seconds to turn it off. You know what I mean? And they'll count.
Grandma fell asleep and it played through 2 episodes of Agatha All Along.
You know, I don't know. I'm just saying, I just think it's interesting that they're doing all these ad-supported deals for their streaming numbers. And that just tells me that their streaming numbers are not where they want them to be. Because you aren't going to offer all these deals to try to get more subscribers on the ad-supported tier unless you're trying to up your subscriber numbers ahead of the end of the fiscal year and into the first quarter of next year. And you're trying to lift those numbers either for the investors, for the investor call, or for advertisers to get more money for the big fall spend.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a big, you know, plot, you know, basically, I don't know what else to call it, but you know, it's good for anybody who wants to subscribe. It's a good deal, but it's make no mistake, it's not to help the consumer in any way.
Oh no, it never is. If you go to the Screen Rant article, they're talking about the tumble at the beginning of the year, and this is what they're trying to avoid, because every time, pretty much, and Disney did this, right? They trained everybody to just look at the subscriber numbers. This is how healthy our company is, guys. This is how many subscribers we have. And they basically hit a ceiling on Disney Plus. Is not the newest thing anymore, and a lot of the shows have been lackluster. And then, you know, again, people are tightening their belts because of the economy, and they're like, yeah, I can't pay $15 for Disney Plus, but I don't really care. And so they're trying to avoid this, because what happens is it's kind of, you know, failure begets failure. So if people say, hey, the numbers are down on Disney Plus. Oh my God, guys, Disney's in trouble. Oh my God, don't spend money on advertising because there's not as many people watching it. Don't buy stock.
No, I think what happened was at the beginning of the year and early this year is when they started to give the service to the Charter Spectrum customers. And then by the next quarter, oh look, we're hitting our goals, guys. We're making money, but they're making the money is because they're getting advertising, I think, and they're saying across the whole streaming service, not just Disney Plus. Originally, just Disney Plus was supposed to be profitable. We're not hearing whether it is or not, but if it is, it's because they're pushing the ad-supported stuff, and the numbers went up when those things kicked in. You're going to see another increase when it comes to DirecTV.
Well, Hulu just went up.
Huh?
Hulu went up again. We just got a notification.
In cost? I'm not talking about cost. I'm talking about subscribers. But yeah, the cost.
They're going to say revenue. They're going to be like, yeah, Hulu's like.
Yeah, they're all going to increase next month. Disney Pluses and stuff. It's coming next month. They're going to raise the prices on it. And it's getting to the place where it's just not, it's not worth it. And Hulu definitely isn't. We'll end it with like real quick back to the Agatha All Along, and they're really pushing it. But right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 80% critic and audience score. I want to see it like by the end of the show.
Yeah, because weren't they saying it? Like, I know a lot of the media outlets are running with, you know, it's the worst rated Marvel show ever, and now it's like 80%, which is actually, you know. But the thing is, it's like you can't trust the Rotten Tomatoes anymore anyway, especially now because they changed it's popcorn meter now. It's not audience score. It has to be verified.
I don't think people care.
No.
You know, like they cared the Acolyte and there was this big battle. It was all the talk. And I think because the media kept running with it, people were like either voting it up or voting it down, depending on what side you're on. And there was this big push-pull with that one. With this one, I just don't think people give a shit. You're not seeing it. Either they like it in general or they just don't care enough to mess with the score.
I think that's kind of, yeah. Because, I mean, you go back to the 90s or the early 2000s or whatever, and shows like this, I mean, yeah, they weren't Marvel, but there were shows like this. You know, we had Charmed and, you know, stuff like that. And it wasn't for everybody, and you either watched it or you didn't watch it. Nobody gave a shit either way, but like, it wasn't like the battleground that, and I think in this case, they're like, you know, like mid Marvel doesn't get a lot of attention. It has to either be like atrociously bad. They have to, you know, really retcon established characters. And this whole, like the version of Agatha Harkness that we're seeing in the MCU is a total retcon anyway. She's not the same character that she was in the comics. Apparently they made her like a year or two ago, which I did not know, but it doesn't surprise me at all. They actually made her younger. They had something happen that she's younger now. So she looks
they're going to try to line it up.
Yeah.
But either way, if you want to subscribe to Disney Plus, honestly, I think you're better off to go and do the $1.99 a month for 3 months deal than you are to the Roku, unless you use your Roku all the time. Because that's new and returning subscribers. But yeah, and if you want to watch an episode to see if you like it, you can go out to Roku and do that. It's going to count to Disney's numbers, but that's what they're doing. All I'm hearing from this is our subscribers aren't as high as we want them.
That's exactly
we want more money from advertisers, and we want to make sure Agatha All Along numbers come up.
Yep.
Because we're worried it's not going to do well.
Yep.
That's basically what's going on. That's my takeaway from this. at the end of the day. So are we going to wrap this up?
Let's wrap this up. I'm actually very tired of talking about this show.
Well,
I don't give a shit
we'll see
one
how
way or
the
the
next
other.
episode goes. So
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfishminus.com. That's clownfishminus.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfishminus.com. Thank you so much for the support.